this point it is just Richard, which is fine. Welcome. Today we are going to be doing something quite fun. So on Tuesday we worked on like sketching my original characters in like a... Oh, it's Sam! Welcome, Sam! Sketching my original characters in like a sort of romantic pose. Welcome. I'm very glad that you are crocheting and chilling. Please enjoy the lo-fi. But so today we're going to do the thing that was on my poll on Instagram, the other one, which actually won the poll, but like I said in my story about the stream, it won the poll after the stream had started. So I was like, well, we'll just do it today. It's fine. So here we are, ready to do a fantasy character. So some context. Let me switch us over to the main stream. Some context. She is my Dungeons and Dragons character that I've been playing for, I want to say 2 years, but I think it might be less than that. But we'll say 2 years. I've been playing her for 2 years. We've actually only recently left the prologue, so we're officially entering into Act 2, technically. Like sort of like finished prologue. It's complicated. We're a very slow party. But anyway, so she and another character went through like a big shift in their class and a little bit of their story, and so we are going to redesign her look. Let me show you what she looked like originally, and then you can help me kind of come along for the design process of her redesign. Where is she? She has her own folder. Wow. This is what she looked like originally. Very cool, very magical, but she's not this magical anymore. So she went from being a wizard, so not an actual wizard, a sorcerer in terms of like specific class dynamics, to a cleric monk crossover, because like I could come up with a lore reason, but the real reason was that I personally got bored of playing a sorcerer. Yes, my Discord profile picture. And as a result, I wanted to not be a sorcerer anymore. And so that's what we're doing today. So, but obviously she needed a new outfit, as any character does. Anyone who's played The Sims or played with dolls knows that they always need a new outfit as soon as a major life update happens. So we're going to do that today. So I hope you guys maybe learn something about like character design. I'll talk through my thought process around like why I make certain design decisions, because there is a reason why certain things happen. It's not always just random. So we're going to be working off the rule of 3, which I will explain as we get more into the design. But first we're going to work on the overall like silhouette, which I think will be quite cool. But before I do that, I need to rescue my curtains. My curtains have flown out the window. It's very windy here. I don't know if you can hear it when I speak, but yes, I'm just going to go bring those back inside and probably close the window as well. Let us begin. So the first thing we're going to do is figure out her overall pose. I'm gonna keep this image here because this is kind of gonna be the color palette. So we're gonna keep this overall color palette and then we're gonna convert it to the new design. Exactly. I give an explanation at the beginning. It's generally quite useful. Yeah. So now we're trying to work on the pose for our character. Because I want it to kind of still be magical. But like fightery, if that makes sense. Down, because we're doing a full body today as well. So, yay! Full body's great. does not. She does not use any weapons. I realized I had a tab open that was Sticky Sneaky NDA. So I've just closed that quickly. So, fun fact, when you are drawing a person and you want to make them taller, don't lengthen their torso. People generally, like, you do obviously get like differing torso lengths, but the ratio of leg to torso means you have to actually have quite long legs. So if you want to make someone look taller, you just lengthen their legs. So you just make sure your torso is the correct shape, and then you can add the, like, you can like stretch and shrink the legs. So like now she looks tall, whereas before she's a little bit shorter because it was more like proportional. And then you can make her even shorter. I accidentally got rid of it. No. So I've done like the base of her. So now I'm gonna kind of work on the general like over sketch. Because I don't feel like working just like directly on this, because I want to do like clothing, silhouettes and stuff as well. I have a reference photo on my phone I want to check. Eerie fingers. I don't remember what shape I made this. Let's make it like a teardrop. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's part of the original design, which is quite cool. A trick that you can do, I'm not gonna do it though, but you can, like, if you don't want to draw, like the other side of a character's like face, like the eye, you can just copy paste. But I'm trying to get better at not doing that. Oh, this feels very long. Now I don't know what sort of like hairstyle to give her. Just make her bold. Just keep her bold. Who needs hair in this day and age? It's overrated. I'll make a new layer for the hair. The bald is like really stupid. I hate hairstyles. Like, I'm just not very good at designing them, and I don't know why. Yeah, just leaving it long is not gonna work. So I like the bangs though. Thank you. Yeah, this is the most difficult part right now. Hairstyles. So I'm just gonna go back to my Instagram and just go see what I have given hairstyle wise to characters over the years. I ditched the bang? I don't know. Being bold is starting to look really good. He is actually supposed to have like a crown. With that in mind, maybe her hair needs to be parted. Why is hair so difficult? It's just a delusion. There is no real hair. hate this so much. Yeah, just go like a ponytail, maybe? I think that works. I have an email. There's a lot of things that have translucency, which is very frustrating to try and like with the lines and stuff, because it all like overlaps, so it just looks like a mess of lines. So it just a quick tip for like all the puppy artists. When you're doing your character design, or like you're drawing your character, just make sure you check their like the head size, which is what I just did now. Because if it's too like big, then your character will look like a child, and we don't always want that. We don't always need a child. Also flip your canvas. I think it's fine for now. So I'm gonna just start on the inking phase just because I don't want to keep tinkering with this anymore. I think it's gonna drive me a bit insane. Many emails. Oh, it's all the Black Friday stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of things, and I'm kind of like, "Ugh, I don't know. I don't know if I care." I actually do have some lightning pre-made. So I'm just gonna go grab that quickly, but obviously I need to go through files and some of them are secret, so give me a second. Alright. Oh, this is gonna be quite difficult. Where? Like, how far back is it? Eee. There we go. Journey. Oh, my music that I'm listening to on my phone is depressing. These two. Duplicate to Pura. Okay, we're back. Okay, we'll do double. Ooh, it's very bright. Okay, there's her magic. The magic lightning. It looks a lot cooler with like a dark background. So, if I make this like the full saturation, there, you can kind of see it a bit better that way. A full aged parchment. Change the background a bit. Multiply or color? It's very gray. Thank you, thank you. The lightning is very cool.
A donkey?
My dog has come to say hi to everyone on stream. He says he's very cute and that he would like a cookie tribute. So any cookies you have to spare for a poor, starving little dog, just let me know. Or let him know. Yes, nom 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 nom. He does, he knows. He knows he is the most special boy. Oh, poor baby is grumbling. Unfortunately, my style has changed quite a lot since I last made this artwork. So now I'm like, oh no. Maybe her shoulder's a bit low. I don't know. Hey! Where is my mouse? Let me turn the lightning off so that I can actually see. This is quite cool having the redesign of her because I always wanted the like lightning marks on her body to be more visible, but she was always like quite covered up for like lore reasons. But she's definitely grown up a lot since the start of the campaign, and I think she's like less ashamed of like who she is now, which is very cool. Need to quickly hop over because I need to open that file again. Bing bong, welcome, welcome. I'm just gonna keep this open, I think. Key layer style. There we go. And we're back. Here layer style, and then paste layer style. There we go. Jem will know who this is, which is quite exciting. I am listening to the best song right now that I can't obviously play for everyone because copyright, but I have Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, the anthem of my year. Yep, like I'm Barnaby. I don't know, I might redraw Sylvie. I mean, we're streaming regularly now, so we can add a Sylvie to the stream. If you send me like any specific things you would like for Sylvie, like I can add it. Like we can maybe do a redraw. Regularly. Regular streams. Yeah. Now the problem is though, so we got Pyrrha, and if I redraw Sylvie, then I'm like, well, I probably should draw Thrak and Kenshin, who are the other two characters in our D&D party. It's just I've drawn Pyrrha and Sylvie twice. I actually can show everyone. I have this file. So these are the characters, except this guy, the one who isn't colored in, he's just an NPC. And basically what happened was our one player just took a really long time to get me a character description for his character, and so I just drew an NPC instead, and then I just never got around to drawing him. That is her boo. Yeah, these two are together. Can I make like a... Yeah. Very cute, very cute. But yeah, but this character over here is Sylvie, and she's very cool. But she's gonna get an upgrade. In the form of pants. And just an overall style upgrade. Like, I feel like, everyone's gonna look really cool in this, the new style. Remember to flip your canvas. Always flip your canvas. Yeah, this is the My Little Soda Pop one. The one I've kind of been doing all of my recent projects in. Because it's like really, it's a bit tedious for the line art. But once I get the line art done, like the actual like painting part of the artwork is really, really easy. I say easy, like it's not easy, it's more engaging and it's less detail oriented, but in its lack of detail, it is detailed. It's really cool. But we flip the canvas because when you are drawing, your face gets used to a particular angle that you're drawing from. And so we flip canvas because we need to be able to get a new perspective. Literally. For example, her head is tilted, but her eyes are not level. This is also what's really nice about having like multiple layers of stuff. Because you can like work, it's called non-destructively, but essentially where you can move stuff and adjust things, and because they're on their separate layer, like when I selected the eye, I didn't have to worry about the hairline, which was quite nice. we're gonna stream in 2 hours, 6, maybe like another half an hour. If everyone's keen, we can just, or we can go for another hour. Like, let me know what you guys want. Because in an hour we'll actually get pretty far, but I think maybe goal for the stream, finish the line art. And then the next stream we can do the colors, like the flag colors, which will be quite nice. Because I learned something new about flag colors recently, which is very, very exciting. Why is my music so miserable? Goodness. That sounds sad, but not miserable. I got Jenny of Old Stones playing. Yeah, well, luckily the rest of you just get cute lo-fi, whereas the lo-fi music is nice, but I personally don't like listening to it consistently. Like when I'm drawing, I find it a bit boring. Are you the vibes? That's great. I'm always happy for more vibes in chat. Okay, now we're gonna start getting a bunch of overlapping things. I need to draw a fist. Oh, for your Overwatch Fantasy team. Who's on the team so far? Because currently, I thought Pineapple was pretty cool, but I don't think he's in the finals, like the team. So I don't know. Hate drawing fists. Man. Oh, I don't know. Wait, did Twisted Minds win the whole league? Because I have it on, but I cannot draw a fist to save my life. To come out more. Sad I missed the finale for the Overwatch League, but it was at the same time as my stream, so not much to be done. Ooh. Spider fingers. Oh no, did I disconnect? Did I DC? Oh, okay, my chat for some reason broke on my OBS. So apologies, Jem, I didn't see what you said. I missed that. But okay, so it's Team Falcons now. Okay. That's fine. Like, as long as the stream doesn't like completely turn off, I've got the like drop thing, like the drop protection enabled, which is doing good work. And is the soul stone on this one? I know. I'm trying to fix it. I think it's because her body is tilted. I don't know. Might just leave it. I might just leave it and move on to something else. One thing I do want to fix is the earring. Needs to angle. We need to add some gravity. That's so true, you know? Like, a lot of problems go away when you close your eyes. Magic! think my OBS is back now. Another art tip for everyone, which is always really nice, is to try and like make your strokes big. So like try and like really like drag your brush across the space or the pencil or whatever. I know it can be quite difficult with Procreate. My brain stopped working on the name for some reason. But you just gotta try, because it'll, one, save your wrist from pain and damage, and then two, it'll make your strokes like more intentional, which is also like, for those who like this style and maybe want to emulate it in their own art, that's kind of like the point of the style, is like these very intentional strokes and like paint marks, essentially, we would call it. To her boots. gonna do the fabric overlays, I think, now. But I'm going to increase the smoothing. Hey, I think we're basically done. I turn this off. Oh wait, no, I'm not. Forgot the hair. Dinosaurs! Yes, look at the dinosaurs! There's so many dinosaurs! There we go, everybody. This is the finished line art. So this is the new character. I might add some things like to her costume later on. So like I might put like a belt with a pouch or something. I need to add the jewelry to her hand. And then also there's some details that are going to be added like in the painting phase. So like this whole chest section here is going to be like scale mail. And then like there's gonna be patterning on like the fabrics and stuff. And I need to like, she's like one of her motifs as a character is flowers, so I need to like bring the flowers in. So I'm gonna add that, like maybe some jewelry like to the like flowy fabric she's wearing, that sort of stuff. But yeah, like I think it's gonna look really cool. I haven't drawn a full body character in such a long time. Weird. Always, always. There will always be sparkle. Do not worry. I think the last thing we're gonna do, well, we've still got half an hour, so let's put in the base color. We'll make, I want this artwork again. Nope, not that one, this one. And we're gonna fill her base color in with the skin tone, which isn't linking. Current and below. There we go. So yeah, so what I think we'll do is we'll do the base colors of her. Like a preliminary color pass. And then we'll do rendering next stream. The only thing that I will say is, like, because there are translucent pieces on this character, I'm gonna do like 2 base layers. So I'm going to do the base layer which has like all of the non-translucent pieces. And then I'm going to do the layer that has the translucent stuff, and then I will lower the opacity of that layer over the character. So you'll see what I mean, like when I actually get to it. Trust me, it'll look very cool. The other thing I was debating on doing is having the fabric fade into lucency. I don't know what you guys think would look cooler. So where like it starts opaque at the top, so the parts that are closest to her body, at least maybe for like the tails. Yeah, I think for the tails maybe it would look really cool. But I don't know about for the her arm pieces, because like the whole idea of the like sleeves, the arm pieces, the whole idea for the sleeves is that you can see through to her. They're not tattoos. She's like a storm themed elf. Or in the world we play in, they're not called elves, they're fae. And so some of the lore changed. So when I originally designed her, the characters or like the races were more like elves, but they've since like become more fae-like. So like if you've read Holly Black, a few others as well, like those like quintessential fae, like with bargains and stuff. That's what we currently have. But obviously she was made before that, and so I kind of like, I could have updated that and made her like more fae, but I didn't really feel like figuring that out, because then also there's the question of, right, it's like, okay, so you've updated it, but now does she still feel like the character that I originally made, or does she feel like a completely different character? Because that's also important. Oh gosh, I can't see anything. Base purple does not, the base color doesn't need to be purple. There we go. Almost done. I don't know if I'm gonna fix the hand. I'll decide later. Because like right now, my brain says it looks fine. Like it's just very twisted. But I'll revisit it because it's not gonna be difficult to change it at a later stage. So I'm just gonna, but I just kind of want to get the base colors done because then it'll feel like I've actually accomplished quite a lot. Go. That's one. And then we'll do the fabric over that. This one we'll do in purple. Like this color. Someone rang my doorbell. Let me just go check quickly. I will be right back. And I'm back. Turns out it was a food delivery, but obviously not for me because I didn't order anything, unless my boyfriend went and ordered something for me, which is unlikely. So yes, I think it's just one of the other houses. My dog is upset. I think it's because the person who ordered the curry has gone out to collect it. If I had to take a guess. So then for illustrative purposes, you then would drop the opacity, and then it's like a sheer fabric, which is quite cool. So I'm doing the waist fabric on a different layer because we have layers of sheer fabric, and they're overlapping each other. Some of them will, like, they'll create darker patches when they overlap. So I'm trying to... No, I messed up. Why did it not make a new layer? But so I'm trying to emulate that. Happened? Oh, I accidentally pressed the delete button. Lovely. Yes, I'm just trying to emulate that with software as much as I can, because it'll just make my life a bit easier than now having to like actively go and like adjust it myself. So I don't think I'm going to make this fabric purple. I don't actually like the color of it at the moment. So I'll probably change it now. But for now it looks fine. If I make it the navy, I put this on 49. Go. Look at it. It looks so cool. I'll get this like this color. Okay, so I like that. And then I wanted to have a gradient on it. So if I then go use my airbrush and put like a turquoise, maybe? I like a whitish turquoise. Like a darker color, like a darker version of that. Go make it. Make it like the red. That's cool. Cherry pink. Very cool, very cool. I like this a lot. I think it looks very snazzy. Here, because I want to make these. Alright, let's put in our base colors. First, we're gonna do the silver. Below. Do the boots. The great thing to do is like when you're doing like the coloring phase, see, for an artwork, and you're doing like where you have the very like solid base color, use clipping masks and then put each color that you're working with like on a different layer. Because it will just make it easier to kind of like organize which layer you're working on, like where everything is. And also you can then like add gradients and stuff to those individual layers, which is very convenient. Fortunately, my base layer is a little bit streaky, which is annoying. That's okay, like, cause it all gets merged down in the end. Something I heard talked about recently, which was quite cool, was the importance of like cohesive color palettes. So like when I designed this character Pyrrha, I used like a very set collection of colors. Like as you can see, it was like navy, red, white. Like it's all like within like this section of the color palette, and then like this section here. Like they're like directly opposite from each other. Well, not directly, but they're like complementary to each other, and as a result, it all works really well together. She does need different colored pants though. So maybe if I put this. Give her blue pants. No. I don't know. I'm gonna do this, I think, for now. What can also help when you're doing this sort of stuff, like when you're grouping your layers, etc., is to group like types together. So, for example, this group could be all of the metals that she has, like on her person. Yeah, if I put this above the... There we go, that's fine. And that can be really useful when you're like painting as well as like you're like, oh, okay, well, I know this is all the metals in the illustration. I could just mirror the colors originally. That works. I generally also like to put skin and hair at the very, very back of an illustration. Just because it's like generally sits behind everything. So you just layer like your clothes on top of things, and then you'll do skin and hair, and it all kind of works out. But yeah, once you add all of the base colors to an illustration, it kind of takes it from like creepy land into oh, this makes a lot of sense. I understand what I'm looking at now, which is quite cool. Okay, now we're gonna do skin, which is always fun. Well, I say skin, like we're gonna do like the things that go over the skin, so your like eye whites and eyebrows and things like that. And in this case, we can also like paint in the color of her eyes, because I made that pretty open. I do want her eyebrows to be on a separate layer to her hair, just because it's a bit easier to work with rendering wise. Color of her eyes, they're gray with like bright pink. Color. This pink. If you shaved your eyebrows, people wouldn't know what expression you were making at any given point, and I think that would be a bit sad. Last thing we're gonna do is change the color of her lips. So that one's also quite easy. So you just get the line art, make a clipping mask over that, and then I'm gonna take this color that I was using here because it works. And then we're just going to paint over the lips while leaving like a line. Actually, this could be even darker at the top. There we go. And now she's mostly colored. Like there's still things that are kind of missing that you wouldn't necessarily put in the flat color section. Like you kind of want to just do the really basic colors. And then maybe like a little bit of like shading. So normally what I would then do on top, like extra to this is the eyes and the eyebrows. So you do like another layer here, and we're gonna get our airbrush, and we're gonna do, which this is what I learned recently, which is where you do like cool to like warm gradient. It's way too pink. What color are her cheeks? Peachy. I know, it's gone really far. I'm quite happy with how it's turned out. You also want to put like reds and stuff on the tips of your ears, on some elbows, put on the chin if you're Korean, shoulders, fingers. And then what you can also do is around the chin area, you can make the color a bit cooler, like on the color wheel cooler. So you can just make it like grayer. And this at the top can be even warmer. Should go under this. And then you've got like this really nice like gradient to the illustration. You know, we had her as bold. She was bold, in fact, at the beginning of this entire endeavor. Which is wild. Yeah, so the thing that I learned recently, which is very cool, is like you want to do like on your layers and stuff, a really nice gradient of why is this not working? A gradient of like a warm color to a cool color, right? So what that means is, okay, so we've got this white sits, I'll explain it in a minute. I just want to color these in because I've realized I forgot to make the leather gauntlets. So pretty. So you've got this white color here, right? So this sits pretty much here. So then if it's a cool color, so if it's this one, not that one. So if it's like this is a cold color. So then you can move it towards the warm side, which is, oh, I always struggle with the blue, like which direction is warm for blue. So you can move it towards teal, right? So we would do this. Okay, let's say we do this one. I'm just gonna alpha lock it quickly. I might redo this. But anyway, so you're gonna make it that there's like a teal shift like in the bottom. Just like in the pieces. And then you can make this like even colder at the top. And then it just makes it look a little bit like more interesting. Wow, thank you for the maths. Cause yeah, cause then we can just, I'll show you before and after. So before, after. Like it just looks a little bit more interesting, you know? Same with her skin. So we have, like, I'll zoom in for you. We have before, after. Like it just adds a little bit more, which is very cool. Yeah, and then I will add all of the colors and stuff. Not colors, sorry, like the details, like when I paint this in. So when I go into like the rendering phase, I can actually add it quickly here. Just because it'll be fun. It'll look cool. So from like here, you can even like start blocking in the things you know you want detail-wise. So for example, I know that I'm probably gonna want some like jewelry or something maybe. So I'm just gonna like, you can like block in like some jewels. I know she was gonna have like a design here, so this can go in. Some rings maybe. Then it needs to have like a blue-white stone in it. Something like that. Then I also knew I was gonna do like some designs like on the fabric itself. So you can go and like add that in here. So it's like triangle, like a line, and then like more triangles, like things like that. But so I wouldn't necessarily like go and add like literal detail to this part. Because personally, like that's the beauty of the new style that I've been working in, is that it's just so much easier to add detail because you're not worried about the detail being perfect. So like for example, this boot design here, like I'm not gonna have to redo that exactly again, which will be quite nice. Because yeah, it's like that, and then like down. Something like that. And there, like when you zoom out, you're like, oh wow, look, it's so detailed and like textured and it's so cool. And then I'm just out here like, oh, it's very easy. But yeah, so that's kind of how I approach artworks nowadays. And then this is my character now, probably fully redesigned, which is very cool. Another cool thing you can do, which I have seen, like they do it in anime. Is you see how her hair comes over her eye there? You can actually go, where is her hair color? Here we go. And we can put a clipping mask on it, and we can take our soft brush and we can just like fade it out a little bit. A little bit over here as well. To kind of like pretend like the hair isn't like a big chunk, it's like piecey. And then also you can like see the parts of the character like through it, which is really cool. I actually think this metal section here needs to expand. This is perspective. This is just a perspective thing. Yeah, so I have it in my head that her hair is actually like tied over here, like in this little section here behind. And that's how it all works. And then we can add the last touch. Bam! The lightning. I think it came out very cool. No, we're not drawing Y'shtola. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, there's also, like, I might take this lightning off here and then just have the one. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think put a 1 in chat if you like the single lightning, and then put a 2 if you like both lightning, like on both hands. I will show 2 again. Just make this all like pretty. There we go. So 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. I think 1, but I'll wait to see what you guys say. Okay. 2, that's pretty cool. I mean, they're on layers, right? So we can change it up. So very cool, very cool. I had a lot of fun with this. Thank you everyone for like coming out. I hope you guys like my character that I've made. Sorry, I was like reading a chat message at the same time. But I hope you guys like my character. This little character is very dear to my heart. Like I love her so much, and she's very special. And we're like entering into the new arc of our campaign, which is very exciting, but also very scary because we gotta make sure everything, you know, works out. Like I don't want people to die. So yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But I think this redesign for her is very cool. I think it took me a really long time to figure out like what I wanted her to look like, with her new like look and feel. And so I think this is very, very cool. And it's going to be super cool to have like this artwork, you know, as the original, and then being able to put them next to each other and being like, oh, look at them, they're so cute now, and the like big shift. So I'm very excited for that. And also I'm very excited to do this in my new style, because like every time I make a piece, it's just so refreshing, and so much fun to create it and do something cool and interesting. So I've definitely enjoyed this, and then we can definitely do like more characters later on, which I think will be really cool. So do like more of the like other party, or like just more fantasy characters. We can do some of my other D&D characters. I think that would be really cool. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. It is 7:10 now. So I think all things considered, looks pretty cool. I think we've come such a long way. If anyone wants to, I think I can show the original from here. To save. So every time I make a save, I get these little like marker points. So I think this was where we came from. And and then this is where we ended. But she actually, I don't know, maybe, do you think it should be flipped? I don't know. I'll put a thing on like Instagram maybe, and you guys can vote on Instagram. But yeah, but I think it turned out really cool, and I'm super happy, and yeah, this is gonna be really fun to paint and make all beautiful, because it's gonna go from this to something like really interesting and really detailed, like detailed inverted commas. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming and watching my stream. I really appreciate it, as always. Every time you guys watch, we get one step closer to becoming Twitch affiliate, which is the goal. And then I can do really cool things like give you guys emotes and have subscriber stuff, and I will also hopefully have my VTuber by that point, so you guys will have something to look at while I do stuff. And then also I want to intersperse the streams with some gaming streams. There's an artist who I follow, her name is Shilin, and she does like her art and Final Fantasy XIV, which I think is really cool, as like a nice way to engage with the community, but not always while you're drawing. So definitely want to experiment with that. I have some games in mind. I wanted to maybe play some Overwatch, Final Fantasy XIV, and Guild Wars 2. Final Fantasy XIV and Guild Wars are probably the most like chill watching, and then where I can interact with everyone, and then Overwatch is a little bit more like sweaty, if we used to say. So we'll see. I'll just have to try it, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday and a wonderful weekend as well. And I will see you next week, Tuesday, which is the next stream day. Anyway, have a good one. Bye bye.